The fans are showing up, the players are showing out, and we can't wait for more baseball. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Robin Roberts Stadium alongside Lisa Pride. I'm Jenna Becerra, and AJ Andrews will join us on the field shortly. It is one of the most bitter rivalries in baseball today. Boston and New York, maybe in all of sports, and now it's a new era with the Hunters in the Heights.
Oh, it is just as bitter here in the WPBL. I hear fans talking about it, the players talking about it. They're continuing that rivalry right into our league.
And for New York, it has been quintessential NY with the captain leading the way for the Heights. Danae Benitez said it herself, post-game, that she can't be stopped. Opening day, the first home run in league history, and added another long ball in New York's first win against San Francisco. She is 8 for 9 with 7 RBIs in just the first 2 games. And they're going to be going up against a Boston team looking for their first win. And the starter, Rain Padgham, she has a chance for redemption.
She really does. She's very athletic. She's been working with her manager, Keith Folk. He is a big league pitcher, was, one of the best closers. And he is teaching her and helping her to be more effective against batters, to attack those hitters.
Absolutely. In Boston, trying to fight back and bounce back from an 0-2 start. Molly Pattison going to try to help them do it offensively. She had 2 of the team's 3 hits against LA, added a run, added a walk, added a stolen base to it. Boston has 5 hits in 2 games. They'll look to her to be a spark plug in that third slot of the lineup. The Hunters trying to get it going with their culture on their team. In addition to the offense, it's all going to click together, but they're going to face Rakyung Kim back on the bump.
Now, Kim, she's fresh. She hasn't pitched in a week, and manager Rocky Henley just talked very highly of her. She loves to see her on the hill today, expects her to go maybe 5, 6. That's what she needs her to do. And she said she'll check in with her every inning, like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, to see where she is.
A rivalry as classic as it gets. Will the Heights continue the streak? Will the Hunters get their first win? We'll go down to the field next.
Biggest rivalries in sports. New York versus Boston. The Heights versus the Hunters. And next to me, I am joined by the manager of the Boston Hunters, Keith Folk. Keith, 12 seasons in Major League Baseball, 3 of them with the Red Sox. I don't know if there's anybody that understands the rivalry atmosphere between New York and Boston better than you. What was your message to your team going into today's game?
The message is always the same. We try to keep the rivalries. It's more of the fan base rivalries. As players and managers, right? We're going out there. We just go out there and play our game. Do what we can do, and see what happens in the end. But we try to keep all the personal stuff out of it.
It's really early in the season, only 2 games in, but 2 tough losses. What are the adjustments you're looking for your team going into today in search for that first win?
A lot of it is just, it's still early in the season, like you said. We're still building. We had a lot of players who really weren't playing a whole lot before even our little mini camp started. So we're still building. One of the positive things is we're all in the playoffs. So we don't need to play really well right now, but we need to come out and play better each and every day. We practice hard during the week, and we're going to continue to improve as the season goes on.
Boston has one of the most historic and unique sports cultures. What do you feel like about this team really embodies the identity of Boston sports?
Really, it's got to be the camaraderie between the team. They got to come out there. They got to love what they're doing. They got to love who they're doing it with. And, we just try to preach that, hey, you're playing for each other. You're wearing a name on your chest, but you're still playing for each other.
Thank you so much, Keith. Looking forward to watching Boston continue to play for each other. They're searching for that first win. The Heights are searching for win 2. It's all coming next after the break.
It's a Saturday in Springfield, the first doubleheader day in the Women's Pro Baseball League, and the first official day game that we have seen. Boston and New York, a clash as classic as it gets. The fans are showing up. The players have been showing out. It is 87 degrees here with 66% humidity. It's a little bit toasty, but we're going to see the bats really warm up today. I have a feeling.
I love all the signs that are out there. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. And the other one's diamonds are a girl's best friend. And all these signs for the WPBL. Look at here on Saturday, all the fans that are out here today, all the young kids, the young boys. I often hear that the players tell me that they're excited to see not only the young girls, but the young boys out here cheering for them. I think those were the fans that were right there waiting at the gate. They had their chairs and were waiting to get in, first fans here at the ballpark.
And there's the manager who A.J. Andrews just chatted with, Keith Folk for Boston. He won a World Series championship with the Red Sox. It was the first in 86 years for the franchise. And he's looking to get his team their first win in WPBL history. He also knows what it's like to perform under pressure. He had a 1.8 ERA in the World Series itself, even better in postseason overall. And today's starting lineup for the Boston Hunters is presented by Horace Mann. And this is what they're going to look like today. So Molly Pattison, noticed, we talked about her performance recently. She moves up to the 3 spot, switches with Denver Bryant, who moves down to 7.
Yeah, that is a big average right there at 667 from Pattison. But Bryant, even though she still is looking for her first hit, moved down in the order, has driven in 2 runs for the Hunters, which is the most on the team. And so there'll still be some production. I'm sure Bryant, the way that she's such a competitor, will come through. We'll look for our first hit here today.
Denver Bryant been able to add a couple of RBIs so far as well. And they're going up against the starter for New York, Rakyung Kim. She threw the first pitch and recorded the first strikeout in league history on opening day. She is back on the bump. A little bit of a tough luck loss in that first one against LA. 4 innings, really solid performance, only 2 hits allowed, a couple of earned runs, and 4 strikeouts in that performance.
When I spoke with manager Coach Rocky about Kim, she talked about what's most effective about Kim is her off-speed pitches. So she will be relying on those today. She's fresh and she's ready to go, and that's one thing that Rocky talked about. She expects her to go pretty deep into this game, but she'll be checking on her around the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings just to check in and say, how you doing?
The 11th overall draft pick, looking to get things started on the right note for New York. And defensively, this is what it's going to look like behind her. Willen over at short. It's her first start at the position. Lahners, her first start in the field. We've seen her in the DH role the past couple of times. And let's not forget about Natsuki Onitani. Happy birthday to the right fielder today. And we'll see how she decides to celebrate on the field.
Lots of birthdays as, our league started here. Every day it seems like we're celebrating someone. So happy birthday to her.
What a day. What a way to spend your birthday at the ballpark. Went 4 for 4, scoring 4 runs. And the Heights win 13-8 over the Firebells. It was the first win of the season for New York. They are 1-1 overall coming into this one. First ever meeting with their East Coast rival in the Boston Hunters. Onitani knows what it's like to have experience at a high level in baseball. She competed in the Women's Baseball Asian Cup back in 2019. One of the players on this roster representing Japan. Very global league that we have here in the WPBL. And the hitters, Lisa, for Boston, we talked about they only have 5 hits in the first 2 games. What adjustments do they need to make today to try to get things going?
I think manager Keith Folk would say something to the effect of, just stay within yourself. Don't worry about that, what happened in the past. That's what you'll hear athletes talk about. They just look straight ahead, blinders on. And he kind of alluded to it too. He's like, we're not playing for just right now. We're playing for the playoffs. We're building every day on something, and we're getting better every day. And that's just what he's going to do and what he's, talked to the hitters about.
Keith Folk knows exactly how to do that. And there's Denver Bryant for Boston.
We caught her the first time not dancing.
It's a rare
zoned
moment.
in.
Yeah. She really brings the energy for the Hunters over at third base. And we are ready to play ball. Kate Blunt leading things off for the Hunters. The Ladera Ranch, California native takes the first pitch. Second one from Kim in there, first strike. Even count now, 1-1. Just misses. Blunt has some experience on the softball diamond as well. Played at UCLA, went to 3 Women's College World Series before going to Utah for a season. She'll take strike 2. Blunt walked and scored a run in the loss to LA. 2-2. Hits it hard on the ground, just foul down the third base line. Battling right away here as she leads things off. She did walk in the first game too, in the season opener. We'll do 2-2 again. That's lifted deep into the outfield, on the run, I should say, in left field, makes the grab. Great read by Ibarra.
Nothing like a little celebration, little, great job by your teammate. The smile coming on. That's tough. This is something that will be new today for the players, as they're going to play in full sunshine all day. Sunshine just slightly, moved, but really right overhead.
First pitch into Edith DeLeja out of Mexico. Gets the swinging strike there. Rakyung Kim getting the first out via the fly out. DeLeja grew up in Mexico's rich baseball culture, very proud to represent her home country. Competed for Team Mexico, made a World Cup appearance. And protecting here with 0-2. That'll be in the dirt to make it 1-2. DeLeja was 1 for 4 in the season opener against the Firebells. That was an 11-3 loss for Boston. One of the 5 hits for the Hunters. Lined right to shortstop, easily snagged. And it's 2 away for Rakyung Kim and company. Willen making the snag, her first start in the position over there at shortstop.
2 really good plays by the fielders. Look at that, just watching it right into the glove. That's what you got to do. Right now, the Hunters just have to hit it where they ain't, right?
Molly Pattison swings at the first pitch she sees, right through it for strike 1. Australia native. Played on the Australian girls national team back in 2023. The youth MVP hits that on the ground. First base diving, but just foul. What an effort over there from Lawners. Also getting her first start in the position.
Not an easy play to make, and definitely awake this early. Sometimes it's hard for players that are used to playing in the evening to really get it moving, and they are. Everybody is just, on the jump ready.
The 0-2. In the dirt, good take. Pattison discovered baseball when she was 4 years old here in the U.S. Getting to play pro ball here now in Springfield. Into left field once again. And an easy catch for Ibarra, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kim. Scoreless after the top of the first, and the Heights will pick up the bats next.
Thank you so much for your support of the WPBL.
back at it here in Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois, and the fans came prepared. They got their water, they got their fans. And now it's New York's time to pick up the bats. And today's starting lineup for the New York Heights is presented by Horace Mann. Leading things off, Jada Lee. She'll get things started. Benitez in that 3 spot. But Yonatani, Benitez, and Lawners, 2, 3, 4. Wow, what a tough part of the order to have to get through. Popped up. Foul territory. Just in front of the Heights dugout. So Kim and Robinson both converging, and there she is, the leader of the New York Heights. Played for the Colorado Silver Bullets, the women's baseball team that played against men's teams, and co-founded the SF Bay Sox girls baseball program. She's been in youth baseball for over 25 years, the only woman managing a team in the WPBL. Breaking ball there in for a strike. Swings through strike 3, and that's a K. A good start for Rain Padgham.
And I think that's exactly what manager Keith Falk was helping Rain with. Go right at the hitters and attack them, and she did. Right there, striking out Lee.
Low and away to the birthday girl. Natsuki Yonatani. Talked about her 4 for 4 day last time out. Was 2 for 4 the time before that. On the ground over to third. Knocked down, bobbled, and play is finished. Oh, we've seen it once, we'll see it again. Sabrina Robinson with the stretch at first base.
She got up early to make sure that she was all stretched out to play early here today. Let's take a look at this as Bryant. She is so athletic, and she does not let anything get to her. As this ball, it'll be bobbled out and in of her glove, but she stays with it, keeps it in front, and gets the out.
2 up, 2 down for the captain now. Danae Benitez has made a ton of history already here in the WPBL as she takes a strike.
Danae has not missed much, almost a perfect. You know, she's 8 for 9.
Fouls that pitch off.
It's like Little League for her right now. But I bet she'll tell you that she's just seen everything like a beach ball. She's seen the ball so well at the plate.
Only been retired once, 8 for 9 this season. Cranks that one foul. And this is what she did last time. Talk about punishing a pitch. Benitez sends this one over the center field wall, and she's got the Sellies down pat. She needs to. She does it so often.
She said she doesn't have a Selly for a triple yet, right? Because she hasn't had a triple yet. She's like, I'm gonna have to think about that. I don't think anyone has had a triple yet here in the WPBL. She may be a first today.
Low and away. 2-2 here. Benitez seeing a lot of pitches. Able to stay alive. Another good take. Count is full. The payoff pitch. Destroys this pitch. Danae Benitez hits the outer wall on the scoreboard. Letting everyone know, yep, we're going to be adding one to the tally right now with this solo shot. A league-high 3rd home run for the New York captain.
Looks like she gave a little, put a little flair to that Selly there.
Working the count from 1-2 all the way back to full, and that's the result. Talk about a battle. So New York draws first blood. Still 2 outs here for Kylie Lawners. In that cleanup spot, takes a first pitch strike.
You could tell right off the bat that that ball was crushed. It was going out of here. I heard Ashton talk about another home run that Danae hit, and she said, I could see the spin and knew right away that that ball was out of here.
Lawners, the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Swings at strike 2 there. Pinehurst, North Carolina native. Played professional softball, was an All-American softball player at Washington before making the switch over to baseball. Good take to make it 2-2.
Finished 3rd in the College World Series on the University of Washington softball team.
2-2. Fouled down the third base line. 1 for 3 against the Firebells with a couple of RBIs. Scored a run, couple of walks as well. Called strike 3. What a way to respond from Padgham. And that's going to do it for the first. But the home run, another solo shot this time. Danae Benitez gets New York on the board first. They're up 1-0. One hit for New York so far, and it was a big one. Gave them the lead 1-0 over Boston from that woman right there, Danae Benitez, the captain, also the battery mate to the starting pitcher, Rak-Young Kim, behind the dish. Kim, a solid 1-2-3 start back in the first. 4, 5, 6 due up here for Boston. Takara Heldenace out of Australia leading things off. First pitch she'll take for ball 1. Heldenace, originally from South Africa, but has been an Australian standout since she was 14. Takes a strike from Kim there to even it up 1-1. Catches the corner. Make it 1-2. Pretty efficient so far from Kim. Fly out, line out, another fly out last inning. It's the swinging strike 3. First K of the day for Rak-Young Kim. Starting to rack up the outs, and it's 4 straight retired and 1 down here in the second.
Let's take a look. Look at that big hook. And just like manager Rocky Henley talked about, that off-speed pitch, those off-speed pitches, so effective.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Allie Schroeder, captain of the Boston Hunters, and she fouls the first pitch out of play. Schroeder representing Canada, 5th overall pick. Also a firefighter when she's not playing pro ball. The 1 pitch is taken into right. On the run, making the grab, cap flying off, but hanging on to it. That is Yonatani, the birthday girl with the birthday snag. And with more on Rack Young Kim, let's send it down to AJ Andrews.
Thanks, Jenna. Yes, long before Kim made history recording the first strikeout in the WPBL, she had been making history on the baseball fields in South Korea. She started playing baseball at the age of 4 after watching her older brother play. And she made history as the first female baseball player to participate in Korea Little League. And shortly after, she made history again by becoming the first girl in Korea Little League history to hit a home run. She's been a mainstay of South Korea's women's national team since middle school and entered Seoul National University in 2020, where she joined the baseball team. And now she's on the mound for the New York Heights, making history yet again. Hey, Paul. Oh, okay.
Welcome back, baseball fans. Apologies if you're with us. We are having some technical difficulties, but we are here now in the bottom of the second inning. Ibarra flew out to left. Zettelmoyer just got a base knock down the left field line. She's over at first, one out for Izumi, who now steps in for the Heights. Izumi hitting a home run last time out for New York. Massive rivalry between these two cities, Boston and New York. Right now, New York on top 1-0. Pitches in for a strike there. Izumi sticks the barrel out and connects. That's going to fall in left and get past. It'll be a single into shallow left field, and Zettelmoyer advances over to second base.
Back-to-back singles here for the Heights, only one away, getting things started. They've got a lineup that can feed off of each other, starting with, Benitez, but it starts from the top.
She'll pass the bat to Madison Willen, another Canadian representing. As Yona Kim back there behind the dish, just getting stretched out, getting in a good place to squat back down. Willen has represented Team Canada since 2017. Takes a first pitch strike from Padgham.
I think Kim, even though she's very active behind the plate, needed to stretch out. It is very hot here today, humid, sunny, almost 90 degrees, so players are going to have to stay hydrated.
That's into center. That'll fall as well. Everyone advances, and it's back-to-back-to-back singles for the Heights.
The carousel of hits going on right here as it goes round and round.
The big home run from Danae Benitez in the first, getting things going. So far, manufacturing moving station to station as the number 9 hitter, Claire Eccles, will step in.
Madison just got her first hit here in the WPBL, and that is what Claire's looking for.
In the air, into center. Deep enough to bring at least one in. Hesitation there from Zettelmoyer, but she'll come in home as Izumi advances over to third base. The Heights now up 2-0.
Zettelmoyer lucky there that she did hesitate and still able, though, to score the run. I could see her face afterwards just kind of thinking and replaying what just happened through her mind. And there's Bryant. I knew there'd be some smiles coming from her and some dancing.
Runners at the corners here with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Jada Lee, today's designated hitter. Swings at the high stuff there for strike 1.
Jada Lee is one of those players that you can just pencil in about anywhere, as far as a DH outfield pitcher. You need a bat, put Jada in. You need a pitcher. She's definitely, on her way to becoming a very successful pitcher in this league. A great starter. We saw she's 1-0 on the season.
That was the first win for New York. Against the Fire Bells, she'll take strike 2.
And she can track down those balls in center field, but she can play the corner spots too, and she has such a strong arm.
Runners taken off. That's a fair ball down the third base line. The throw from Bryant, short hopped and handled by Robinson. So Boston will get out of the inning but New York tacks on another one. A 2-0 lead for the Heights.
Now, get out your cell phone, scan the QR code on the video board. We're officially launching our WPBL Fan Zone. If you want to stay up to date with the latest WPBL news, this is definitely the best way to do it. Countdown to game time, game day programs, tickets, merch, so much more. Get your phones, scan the QR code, and join all the Women's Pro Baseball League fun.
Back at it here in the top of the third. New York Heights up 2-0 over the Boston Hunters. Danae Benitez continuing her hot streak with the solo home run back in the first inning. And Claire Eccles, the number 9 hitter, added another one with a sacrifice fly in the second. And the starter on the bump, Rakyung Kim, has retired the first 6 that she has faced. 7, 8, 9 due up, starting with Denver Bryant.
7, 8, and 9 here for the Hunters, all looking for their first hit of the season.
Bryant brought in a run both of the first 2 games for Boston. And that's fisted over to the first baseman, but it gets past Lawners. Tough read on the spin, and it's going to be the first hit for Denver Bryant.
She's loving it too. Let's take a look. Hits it to the right side. And she is just so happy and joyous getting that first hit.
First hit of the day for Boston as well.
I think what's going to be really key here for the Hunters, they're playing tight. You know, they want to win. They want to get some more hits. Their team overall batting average 104. So someone like Denver just getting loose and getting the whole team loose will be great.
That pitch upstairs, up and in. No outs with the runner on for Boston. An opportunity here to try to get something going and answer. That's shallow. At second base, handled by Izumi. Good response from Kim there. After giving up the hit, record the next out.
Just to add on that too about getting loose is also looking for a team leader. Pattison is leading the team in average with 667, but looking for, you know, the team leader, the team to start putting those hits together.
Sabrina Robinson in that 9 spot. Seen her make the stretches over at first base defensively. She'll take a strike from Kim. Robinson, the Morristown, New Jersey native. Started playing baseball when she was 5 years old with her brother. Swings through that one, the pickoff attempt to first, but Bryant is all over it. Dives in safely to second. The sneaky, speedy Denver Bryant now in scoring position.
Bryant, she had one stolen base on the season, so you gotta watch her. You know she's going to be on the go and aggressive. Now she's in scoring position.
She was ready for that. Great jump. Seeing the throw from Benitez down to first. Two strikes here for Robinson. Sees that pitch down in the dirt. Bryant reading it, taking off for third. The throw from Benitez. Tries to avoid the tag, but hanging on to it is Zettelmoyer to finish it. The first runner we've seen thrown out on the base paths by a catcher in WPBL history.
Benitez isn't a catcher that you want to run on, but Bryant, look at that, poking out the corner of her eye, great athleticism, and I think she's done that before, but she doesn't think that she was tagged before she got a hand on the bag. But wow, almost doing like a handstand there.
And a cold strike three. An unconventional 1-2-3. And one time through the order, Kim is in control. New York up 2-0 over Boston. Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning here in Springfield, Illinois, Robin Roberts Stadium. New York and Boston going head-to-head for the first time ever. The Heights lead the Hunters 2-0. And it's a first pitch swinging down the third baseline fair. The birthday girl, Natsuki Yonatani. She's looking for two bases, and she'll get it standing up. A lead-off double. And what a birthday present to yourself. The Heights continue. They've notched a hit in every single inning so far. Came into today with a league-high 409 average as a squad. Opponents hitting just 283 against them for reference. And now it's another home run hitter, Danae Benitez. She's got 3 on the season after that solo shot back in the first. That ball gets away. Kim tries to recover, but Yonatani advancing to third. Just like that, 90 feet away from a potential run number 3. Pretty pitch on the corner from Padgham. Benitez now with 8 RBIs on the season. They cut through that pitch for strike 2. Her 9 hits are a league high. She pops this one up. How to get out of play. Staying alive for the captain.
League high, like home runs, a bunch of things here, leading the team in everything.
Trying to protect here, 1 and 2. Close pitch just misses, making it 2 and 2. Benitez also leading the league. 7 runs scored. Another one? Did she do it? Oh, yes, she did. Danae Benitez, she said it herself. She cannot be stopped. Back-to-back jacks in her last 2 at-bats. And it's a 2-run shot this time. 4-0 New York over Boston.
Now she's just ad-libbing all the sellies.
Yeah, that's for the Heights fans right there. Sending out all the good vibes. It looks like a beach ball to Danae Benitez right now up there.
Let's take a look. Ooh, she crushed that. You could see the concentration on her eyes, and it just gets over the fence. Gail Denise was right there. She wanted to be able to bring that back and keep it in the ballpark. But Danae, that is now her 10th hit of the season here in Game 3. 9th ribby.
Lonners swinging for the fences as well. She yanks that one well foul. No outs still with the bases clear. Lonners struck out looking to end the first. Takes a strike 2 pitch there. That's going to get her. Right in the back, Lonners taking one for the team. She'll find her way on first. Saw manager Keith Folk having a conversation with Rain Padgham out there on the mound a moment ago. Padgham approaching 50 pitches thrown so far today. Now she'll face the number 5 hitter, Diana Ibarra. It's a breaking ball, first strike.
Yeah, we saw Skip going over strategy there, talking about the pitchers as far as Rain, who to use next with Beth Greenwood, who is a player and coach on the team.
Popped up in foul territory, out of play. Ibarra was 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs, a run and a walk against the Firebells. Here's Greenwood.
Yeah, 2 assistant coaches right next, and Keith talked about how he's really relying on those 2.
It's also Craven Dew, other assistant coach, and a performance coach with the Reds, an affiliate. Fouls it off to stay alive there. Another foul ball. Quite a battle from Ibarra here. Padgham's looking for her first out of the inning. That's hooked foul down the left field line. Barr flew out back in the second. Seeing a lot of pitches in this AB. That will hit her as well. Looks like it got her hand. That never feels good.
We saw in yesterday's game how Monet wears the protection over one of her hands. I noticed some of the other players do the same thing to avoid when you get hit that close and you have your hands hanging over the zone.
Manager Rocky Henley coming out to have a conversation. It looks like the decision by the umpire hit her hand. Might be considered a foul ball. He's going to have a conversation with his partner.
Let's take a look. It looks like it squarely hit her on the backside of her left hand. We'll take another look on this angle. They're trying to decide if it hit the knob.
Looks like it will be ruled a foul ball.
That's why you get those couple of different angles and have two umpires out there to discuss. So that'll bring her back to the plate instead of putting her on the base paths.
Still 1-2. In the air. Bryant in foul territory, using her cap to block the sun. Does it successfully. Makes the snag, and it's the first out for Boston.
She has her sunglasses on top of her cap too, so if she put the sunglasses on, she wouldn't have to take the cap off, or maybe she just didn't want that cap to fall. But no, she definitely is using it to shade the sun out of her eyes, and then the ball actually, she catches it with the sun in her eyes. That's one way to do it, though. I've not seen that before.
Glasses stayed on the cap too.
They did.
First pitch in for a strike to Zettelmoyer.
We have seen some very interesting moves by Bryant today. Still, I'm going to check out a replay of her, doing the handstand dive in the third base, trying to avoid the tag. And then right there, a little nifty move to catch a fly ball.
One away, Lawners at first. That pitch will miss. Zettelmoyer, the Marietta, California native, got a single, came around to score back in the second. The line drive down the left field side. This time she goes to left center, and that'll be a couple of hops in front of the wall. One-upping herself and getting a double. And the one-out double puts two in scoring position for the Heights. They keep going.
I love how she dove into second, just in case that there would be a close play there. And then let's take a look as she watched this ball, drove it out into left field, quick out of the box. And the fielders, Eldon Ace and Haas, converging to get the ball in quickly.
Runners on second and third. Still just the one out. Kira Izumi once again. Pitch is wide. She singled back in the second, part of the back-to-back-to-back singles. This bottom half of the order. Of RBIs with it. Last time out. Takes that pitch.
We don't have like the height and weight of the players here, but she's very slight, and but she has that power, you know, be able to hit the ball. We saw her home run as far as the power at the plate.
Working back in the count here. She takes that one in the dirt. San Diego native. Played baseball since she was 6 years old. Swing and a miss there for the strikeout. Third of the day for Padgham. And out number 2. And thank you for bearing with us. Still having some technical difficulties here on our end. But it's 2 outs with runners on second and third. The number 8 hitter for the New York Heights, Madison Woolen, stepping up. Singled last time. First pitch strike from Padgham.
I mentioned Baseball for All as being the main charity here for the WPBL, and many of these players played in the Baseball for All national tournament, and it's great to see them, you know, getting drafted and being able to be a pro athlete coming out of that system.
Women's baseball community, incredibly special. Seen them show up every single game. That pitch misses. Woolen had a sac fly RBI in the season opener. Also walked. It was against the Queens. It's on top of this one. Foul territory. It's going to fall. Bryant chasing after it. Some activity in the Boston bullpen right now. Bryant readies herself over at third. Grounded over to second, hard. And the play made it first to finish it. Delea gets it done, and a couple of more come across. Benitez with the 2-run shot to put New York up 4-0. Well, Denver Bryant has been holding down the hot corner for the Boston Hunters. Making the catch no matter what. She hangs on to it in foul territory. Fielding things on the ground as well with the diving play. We've seen her do a little bit of everything so far in the WPBL. Trying to do the fake outs as well. Cutting the pie over at third base. Even registered her first hit offensively. And let's go down to AJ Andrews for more.
Yeah, just as you said, Jenna, Denver has been an immovable force, unstoppable over there at third. Her defensive prowess, I asked her what her mentality was when she steps on the field, and she said, it's just to get my body in front of it by any means necessary. She said, when I see my pitchers giving it their all, I refuse to give less than my all as well. She has been something serious over there at third. I asked her to take me through her process and her body positioning when she's there and the ball's hit to her. She said, my goal is to get to a place where my left foot can be in front as I'm making the catch, to position me perfectly to make the throw. I asked her if there's any drills she likes to work on. She said specifically short hop drills. And the mentality, what she's really thinking is to have a Mamba mentality. But I told her she's so good, we need to come up with a name for herself. And so we talked about it a little bit and we came up with the Denver disposition. So anytime you see her making an amazing play, it's just that Denver disposition, especially when she's over there having some fun.
Thank you, AJ. Denver disposition. We saw some leather being flashed by Willen over there at short, snagging the line drive. That was Blunt that was retired. Now it's D'Elia.
I like that Denver disposition. That's a lot. That's a mouthful, though. But definitely she's got a good mentality. Fun and competitive at the same time.
That's into the outfield. Just a few steps back, making the grab is Ibarra. And it's 2 up, 2 down. And Rakyung Kim keeps racking up the outs.
Both of these teams, probably 3 teams out of the 4 here in the WPBL, they don't have a true closer, so they're really jealous of the Queens that, you know, they have that true closer, and that's what they're trying to figure out, who their closer is, but they're trying to get their starter to go as long as possible into the game.
Addison takes the first pitch strike. She flew out to left, back in the first to end it.
Definitely some jealousy, you know, from the managers. Look to see the Queens have that closer to go to.
On the ground up the middle. That's going to sneak through. Pattison, her 3rd hit of the WPBL. She continues the hit streak. Manager Keith Folk looks on as hopes his team can come up with a 2-out rally here. Just the 2nd hit of the day there for Boston. Tikara held an ace, takes strike 1. She struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Ducks out of the way there. Even count now 1-1. .43 pitches so far for Rakyung Kim. Through 3 2/3 so far. Right back to her. She knocks it down. Take it herself. Overhands it to first. A runner is stranded. And the Hunters still scoreless. They trail the Heights 4-0. Some of the fans have found the shade, others basking in the sun here in the WPBL. The first doubleheader day in league history. First official day game that we have here in Springfield, Illinois. And in the bottom of the fourth, we'll start the bottom of the order. Claire Eccles looking for some short game. She'll foul it off. Eccles with the sac fly RBI back in the second. That's the only one of the 4 runs for New York. That is not a home run from Benitez, and she sends this out to right field. Pattison makes the catch. 1 down. Back to the top of the order for Rocky Henley's lineup. Jada Lee 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a ground out. Takes the first pitch down in the dirt. Rain Padgham still on the bump, facing these Heights hitters. 72 pitches thrown so far. Gets a swinging strike right there. She threw 74 pitches in the season opener. That was 6 days ago. Catches the corner to make it 1-2. Taking a ball right there is Lee. She'll work with a 2-2 count. Does it again. Count runs full. The payoff pitch. In the dirt. Ball 4, take your base. Jada Lee's on board for the first time today, and some activity here in the Boston bullpen. Micah Dumais getting things loose. One out, runner at first now. Natsuki Yonatani. 1 for 2 with a double. Takes ball 1, scored back in the third. Celebrating her birthday. Going 1 for 2 so far.
25 years old.
Big swing through that pitch.
They have the early game, so I wonder what she has planned as far as celebrating her birthday after this.
Runner takes off. Head first, diving in safely is Lee. She'll get the stolen base and 90 feet closer. Called strike on the inside corner. Danae Benitez awaits on deck. Fouls it off to stay alive. The 2-2 count continues. Lined into left. Yonatani wins the battle. They'll send the runner home. A bobble in left field. And Lee comes across to score. Run number 5 for the Heights. And Yonatani continues her birthday celebrations. Danae Benitez, back-to-back jacks so far today. She's got a league high 4 long balls in total first. It was a solo shot in the first, then a 2-run shot in the third. Both off the Boston starter, Rain Padgham. Runner takes off again. Yonatani in there safely. Ball will trickle into center. She'll take third. Standing up, pressure on the defense. Tough break for Boston.
Look at Yonatani, her speed. She quickly gets down to second, finds that the ball gets past the fielder, and on the way to third base she goes.
Still just the 1 out as pitch is taken inside. Padgham being very careful with Benitez here. Looks like she had the green light. She's going to foul that out of play. I like to see aggressiveness personally.
Yeah, she doesn't want to walk, you know, so it was close. She's been having a great day, great season so far. Might as well swing.
Now 3-1. Take strike 2. Padgham working it back.
A good take right there, though. That just wasn't, she wasn't ready, you know, to swing.
A shot out to left. This time snagged by Helden Ace. But a successful sac fly will bring in yet another RBI for Danae Benitez. Run number 6 for New York. It's only the second time she's been retired all season long, and her 4th RBI of the day.
It was more like a sack liner, right? She hit it so hard right to the fielder. Way to drive in another run here for the Heights.
Out number 2 for Padgham. She throws the first pitch strike to Kylie Lawners. 0 for 1, struck out and hit by a pitch. Swing in there and fouls it off. Lawners was 1 for 3 last time out with a couple of RBIs and a run scored. A couple of walks as well. 2 for 2 the game before that in the season opener with a double and 3 RBIs. Gets another piece back into the stands.
I just love the oohs and ahs of the ball coming back and getting that souvenir for the fans that cheers when a fan gets the ball. We've got the best fans here in the WPBL.
Protects once again. Another foul ball sent back.
Lawners is going to be their favorite player. Just keep sending the foul balls into the stands.
Lawners, 33 years old, 3rd overall pick. In the air, foul territory left side near the bullpen. Bryant can't quite keep up with that one. Covered a ton of ground though.
She takes off her cap again, and I almost was wondering if she's going to try and catch it. But you can't do that. You cannot use your cap to catch a ball. Maybe when you're in the stands you can do that, just not on the field. But yeah, the way she was putting it out there, I think now she's just used to having it fly off, so she might as well just take it off.
Still the 0-2 count. First ball right there to Lawners.
Bryant said that she just has a big head and that cap just doesn't stay on. She says that's one thing. If I could just get a cap that fit my head better.
The foul balls continue. Lawners not going down without a fight. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll get her in the back. Back-to-back hit by a pitch for Lawners. So with 2 outs, another runner aboard for New York. Green Padgham now with 84 pitches thrown here in this one. We've seen some activity in the bullpen for Boston. She threw 74 pitches last time out. Diana Ibarra steps in, 0 for 2, fly out and a pop-up. Takes ball 1 low and away. Been on the Mexican women's national team since 2019.
The one thing unique here in the WPBL compared to what these women are used to is they usually play their games in bunches. Like they'll play a tournament and then they'll be off for a long time. Here they have a whole season to play, and that's one thing that they've got to work through as far as their bodies, getting the rest, you know, when they need to. But at times they're going to feel tired. That's what, you know, the managers are talking to me about. They're going to feel tired, but they've told them sometimes you just got to play through it because they're just not used to playing, you know, game after game, week after week.
You're playing at the international level for the World Cup. You play together for about a couple of weeks with your national team. 30 regular season games here. That's on the ground. Backhanded at short, knocked down, going for the force at second, and successful. A couple of more runs for New York, a 6-0 lead over Boston. Top of the 5th inning, middle of the order due up for Boston. Just one hit they have registered. They're trying to get the energy going just like the fans in the stands. You got a conga line going, you got the dance moves happening, all while you get to watch pro baseball.
Everyone having so much fun here today. I love all the signs, but a lot of dancing here in the stands.
Rakyung Kim, a solid 4 innings so far. Just the one hit allowed, no walks, no freebies, and a couple of strikeouts. One of them looking.
She faced 4 batters in the 4th, but before that, just 3 batters every inning. Very efficient and quickly moving through the lineup.
The designated hitter and the captain for Boston, Ali Schroeder, starting things off. She flew out to right last time up. First swing, just down the line, called foul.
I spoke with Ali before the game and asked her, you know, how does she get her workouts in being a firefighter? She actually is a firefighter in a wildlife firefighter. So she said, you know, it's a lot of work just being a firefighter, and that keeps her in really good shape. She said the thing that really helped her is she knows her body well and when to rest.
Great spot from Kim. Jumps ahead 0-2 to Schroeder. Schroeder, the 5th overall pick, 9-time women's national team member for Canada. That hits her. First free pass that we have seen from Rak-Young Kim.
I asked Allie, I thought, do you have a throwing partner? One of her fellow co-workers, a firefighter. And because I heard that Val Perez, but she's a retired firefighter, and she would, recruit one of her co-workers to catch her, or she had put up on the wall on the building in the firehouse, I think in paint, she actually painted it on like a strike zone that she would always throw to. She said it's still there today. 10 years, a firefighter.
Well, she can go back to it. As Kim goes back at it here. And it's Kim on Kim. Yuna Kim going up against Rak-Young Kim. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the second. Swinging strike. Throw down to first, not in time. Kim versus Kim. Rak-Young with the advantage last time. It's Yona this time. She got hit in the arm, but it looks like a little bit of Kim on Kim crime. Umpire's going to have her stay in the box. And Keith Folk having a conversation, trying to understand. So if you are hit, but it's in the strike zone, they can say that it is not a hit by pitch. You do not get to be awarded first base. So instead, it's 1 and 2. Popped up foul. Back behind.
It looked like the ball just really found her. Like she didn't move at all. She has that protection on her left elbow, and maybe the umpire wanted her to move.
Gets her again.
This time she does. It looks like same spot, same. It almost looked exactly like our replay.
This time she is awarded first base. So it's back-to-back hit batters. Kim on Kim crime is official.
Luckily, all those off-speed pitches, not coming in very fast. So, and she had the nice protection on her left elbow.
Conversation out on the mound with Rocky Henley and the battery.
Just like Rocky mentioned, just checking in on Kim, seeing how she's doing. This is the first time that the Hunters have 2 runners on the base pass at the same time today.
And with no outs. Denver Bryant due up next. She got her first single of the season last time. Ground ball that snuck through the 3-4 hole.
The Denver disposition. She's got the Mamba mentality right now at the plate.
Swinging strike 1. Bryant to thread on the base paths should she get on. On the ground through the 5-6 hole this time. And an RBI coming in for Denver Bryant. She has brought a run in every game so far for Boston. First run on the board for the Hunters.
That's the thing about Denver. No matter what, she finds a way to drive in runs. She does right here, getting the base hit.
Third hit of the day for Boston. It's their season high. That's what they did last time against the Queens. And Gabby Haas taking her turn.
I was talking to Gabby, and she's from my area in South Florida, and she works at a restaurant, and it's a scratch kitchen. And I was like, oh, what is that? You know, and she was explaining like everything is made from scratch. So I'm definitely going to check it out when I get home.
Sounds delicious right now. That was a tasty pitch right there from Kim as she finds a zone.
Many of these players, you know, have other jobs, some even working during the season.
Right in the back once again. Third hit batter here in the fifth. Bases loaded. And a little bit of frustration, I think. Boston will take the base runners.
Let's take a look. The pitch coming in, and Gabby trying to get out of the way, but the ball finding her right on the helmet.
So much control that we saw from Rakyung Kim in the first 4 innings. And 4 straight batters have reached. Sabrina Robinson. In the air to left. That is deep enough to bring one in. Advancing everywhere, but the tag at third, not in time. So the sac. Back to the top of the order. Blunt looking for her first hit today, a fly out and a line out. Takes a strike. Still 2 runners in scoring position. So both of the first 2 batters that were hit have now come around to score. Boston starting to take advantage of those timely opportunities.
And Bryant, you love to see it. She could have held up, you know, at second base on that sac fly, but she figured she could find a way to sneak into third, and she did safely this time. Right behind her, Haas. Speedy said, hey, if you're doing it, so am I. So both in scoring position.
Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. Having some technical difficulties once again, but we play on. That pitch just missed. A 6-2 ball game. Boston starting to cut away at the lead that New York established early. There's a flare. Going back to make the catch at short is Willen. An important second out for the Heights.
Really good job by Willen there to go back. She knew that with the infield, the decline there, the turtle back, she was going to sideways to make sure she could have her balance if she did hit that grass. And that also kept it from being a blue pit that would have had some more run scoring. So good job there by Willen.
Runner still at second and third here with 2 outs for Delea. She'll take a strike. There was some activity in the New York bullpen. Kim trying to work out of this one here in her 5th inning of work. Benitez hanging on to that. good take.
This is the 7th batter that Kim is facing, the most that she has faced in a half inning today.
At 1, 2, 3, the first couple of innings. And caught stealing, helped her do it unconventionally in the 3rd. That's grounded over to first. And taking it herself is Lahners. That'll do it, but 2 come across as Boston takes advantage of the runners. It's 6-2.
Baseball fans, it's time for the 5th inning stretch. If you haven't been here yet, we're beginning a new tradition as we begin this inaugural league. We need you to stand up and dance in your seats. Marjorie is starting a new tradition with us. Adult dance in the streets.
Welcome back to Robin Roberts Stadium here for the Women's Pro Baseball League. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Thank you for sticking with us. And coming out of the 5th inning stretch, it is the new era call to the bullpen. Micah Dumais getting on the bump here for Boston, relieving the starter, Rain Padgham.
Speaking with the managers on both sides today, they don't have a pitch count for their starters, for any pitcher really, that they're just going on feel, like what they see as far as their pitcher, talking to their pitchers, and to see how they feel. So they're reading it that way and not really putting on any kind of pitch count.
Raven Dew making those changes, updating everything with the home plate umpire. And Rocky Henley looks on. Her team has a 4-run lead over Boston, 6-2. Hunters showing some life there in the top of the 5th. And the player coach, Beth Greenwood, coming out. And there's the manager, Keith Folk.
He's still getting used to, making the switches and changing lineups and figuring out who he can slip into different parts of the lineup without losing the hitters, when he changes pitchers. Beth Greenwood, she's actually a pitching coach. She's a catcher, player and coach here for the Hunters, but she coaches at Vassar College and a pitching coach. She said when she interviewed for the job, she's like, oh, she didn't think she was going to actually get the job because that's not something that she has done before. She's not a pitcher, but they said she was really the most qualified, just so much knowledge. Being a catcher, having so much knowledge and knowing how to work with pitchers. And so that's how she got the job. She really impressed them.
Greenwood has spent some time as a developmental coach in the minor leagues and now gets to play in front of fans young and old. Gotta start them young. Love to see that here at the ballpark.
She told me that she had a really good time hitting against Eckert the other day, that she actually faced her or helped her at the University of Rochester, that Eckert would come in and practice with the men's baseball team that Beth was playing on at the time. And so she said that was really a fun moment to face Eckert in that game. I think a lot of players are going through that similar situation where they have been teammates, you know, or worked out with players, and then now they see them on the other side. Small world that's becoming a much bigger world as women in baseball. I spoke with our commissioner for the WPBL, Justine Siegel, before the game. I wanted to get her read. You know, it's been a week since opening day, and every game I see her down in a dugout. And so, you know, we were talking, and I was like, I saw you, you know, down in the dugout again. And she's like, yes, I like to be in the dugout during the games because she likes to take it all in. She likes to be able to turn around, see the fans, what's going on, you know, how much fun they're having, and then be able to see the whole field and be right there in case the umpires need something, you know. So she feels like that's really the center where she can help everybody out and see what's going on the field, off the field. But she said as far as her emotions, the feelings that she had, especially opening weekend, was just, you know, a warm feeling.
And this is the line, final line for Rain Padgham today. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs out of those 6 that New York has scored. A couple of strikeouts that she notched too. Over 100 pitches. An improvement from her first outing. And 6, 7, 8 due up now against the reliever Dumais. Zettelmoyer, first pitch swinging over to Bryan at third. Fires to first, 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Dumais. That defense that Bryan continues to put up, reliable for the routine, and gets a little fancy sometimes too.
Boy, does she.
Kira Izumi, 1 for 2 with the single in the second. Takes a first pitch strike.
I mentioned that some of the players work and they're working through this season, and there are players like Izumi who are college students, and pretty soon in a couple of weeks they're going to have to start getting to the books or being on Zoom, you know, online and catching up and staying up to date with their college work.
19 years old.
The college students said that they've, you know, touched base with their schools, their professors, their advisors. They know they're playing in the league, so they're just going to have really good communication, and they won't miss too much.
One hopper over to Bryan. She knocks it down. Gets it to first in time. Back-to-back groundouts to the hot corner.
What stories the college students are going to have when they go back to college, and their classmates are going to be like, where were you? You know, what have you been doing? And I bet you even like some of their classmates will be following along, watching our broadcast, and be able to, you know, give them some stats and say plays, you know, that they saw them make, and congratulate them.
So much history being made. Madison Woolen takes the first pitch, ball inside. Solid start so far for Dumais in the relief role. And even count now 1-1.
It's almost like, remember those assignments in grade school where you write about what you did for your summer vacation?
Summer in Springfield. Dumais did come in to relieve Padgham last time they both appeared on the mound. There's another called strike. She threw 2 1/3, 4 hits, no runs given up. Faced 11 batters, about 48 pitches thrown. That was the season opener. The 2-2. Beautiful pitch in for strike 3. The exclamation point on the inning, and it's 1-2-3 for Boston. They trail New York 5-4.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Y'all having fun there? There we go, there we go. You having fun? Staying cool? There we go, that's all that matters. Come over here up there. How we doing? Well, come on now. Here we go. Down here. Happy birthday over here. I love that. Hey, my birthday. Teenage Grease. Put your tracks off your long
Let's take a look at our game summary presented by Visit Springfield. And it really starts with Danae Benitez. Not once, but twice she has left the yard in this game alone. The solo shot, the 2-run home run, and the sacrifice fly to give her 4 RBIs this afternoon. And she's been the battery mate with the starter, Rak Young Kim, who stays in the ball game. A tougher 5th inning. A couple of runs coming across for Boston. 5 total innings in her back pocket today. She'll face 3, 4, 5, starting with Pattison. First pitch hard on the ground over to first. Off here in the top of the 6th. 1 away for New York with bases clear. Takara held an ace. Back-to-back strikes from Kim as she jumps ahead here. Oh for 2 so far today. On the ground over to short. Bobbled. Sticks with it, but the wheels of Heldenace will put her on first base. Another base runner aboard here for Boston. Thank you again, bearing with us with some of the technical difficulties as the Boston Hunters are starting to heat up. E6 in the books. Now it's Allie Schroeder. Pick attempt, unsuccessful. Schroeder 0 for 1, flew out and was hit by a pitch, scored 1 of the runs in the 5th. Holds there. Low and away.
Allie said one of the memories that she is going to take away from this league after the season is that they've built this league for younger girls. She said she sees all these younger girls here. They're looking up to them here in the WPBL, and that's just really special and important to her.
Looks like that might have been a balk called, by the way, so you'll notice Heldenace now over at second base. And 3 straight balls here to Schroeder. Bach was a no pitch, so now it's 3-0.
So many special memories being made. And, you know, as Allie was talking about the young girls, you see the young girls here today, and they're taking pictures after the game with the players, getting autographs. They're just so excited to see these women play baseball, something that they can do in the future.
Another walk. Schroeder makes it over to first base. It's 2 on for Boston with the 1 out.
Yeah, Kim, we know that she must have said, hey, I'm good. I can go one more inning. But right now, struggling a little bit, just like she did in the 5th. We'll see. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 pitches that get you out of an inning.
Managers still learning their rosters. Just the 3rd game of the season for both of these squads. Starting to understand the individuals that are in the bullpen. Kim on Kim once again. That's in the dirt.
That's really what it is, that the pitchers are kind of auditioning for their managers as they show what they can do, how long they can last, who, when asked to come in as a reliever, who can be the closer. So there was no really big spring training to work through that. And so this is really kind of, their build up, they're building up. We're getting into the 2nd week coming up. But every time a pitcher comes in, it's kind of an audition just to show what they have to their manager.
Young won the battle against Fiona last time, as that's a swinging strike. Or the first time, rather, induced the ground out. Last time, Hyuna Kim was hit by a pitch and then came around to score. There's a strike.
One way to protect the arms during the week 2 on days of practice is Coach Rocky shared with me that they didn't throw a lot. They didn't start their practice throwing. They threw a little bit later in practice and just very short, resting those arms.
On the ground, just foul by third base.
So coach is just trying to figure out, how to rest the arms, and players talking to him, good communication. I found that really unique because I did kind of want that clarified. I came to practice and I was like, wait, why are they throwing now? Like, at the end of practice or in between drills. And that was why, just to keep them a little warmed up, but just not overthrow.
78 pitches thrown so far for Rak-Young Kim. 2-2. Hyuna Kim stays alive.
I think the tendency too here for these athletes is they want this league to work. They want to play and go out. So they have these big league managers and then Rocky, who they know so well, that they don't want to disappoint. So they'll just say, yes, I can do it. Just keep going, 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 when they should actually rest.
Kim on Kim crime once again. For the 2nd time, Hyuna is hit by the pitch. And bases are loaded for the Hunters.
It's starting to be just like it was in the 5th right now. A lot of hit batters and bases loaded.
Just the 1 out here for Denver Bryant. Has reached base twice, the RBI single last time. The pitch just misses. Nowhere to put Bryant. Saw some activity earlier in the New York bullpen. Into the outfield, going back into right. That'll bounce in front of the wall. Trying to go for extra bases. She'll get to second. The throw is offline. And Denver Bryant, standing up on third, clears them.
There's that Denver disposition.
A one-run ball game.
Take a look. That ball, she powered into right field. And you know, once on the base pass, if she had clear in front of her, Denver was going to try and take every base she could. That gets the fans up dancing. We've got some Hunter fans here. We told you there's a big rivalry between New York and Boston here in the WPBL.
And we are going to have a change on the bump for New York. 6-5 New York edging Boston. We'll take a quick break and be right back. It's the new era call to the bullpen. Kira Izumi, the San Diego native, coming in from defense onto the mound to relieve the starter, Rak-Young Kim. Some of the changes around that there. Elodie Chamero from Canada, she will be batting in the designated hitter position in that leadoff spot for Lee. Izumi coming in from second. This is Chamero's debut for the WPBL. Chamero, 19 years old, has been playing baseball since she was 11. She's going to replace Izumi over at second base defensively. Another Canadian on the team. Gabby Haas will step in. Bryant still over at third with just the one out. First couple of pitches from Izumi miss. Izumi came in, closed it out for the win last time against San Francisco through an inning and 2/3. Just allowed one hit, no runs, no walks either. We need her to be locked in here. We were waiting for Boston's bats to warm up. And Haas goes into center field to bring in Bryant. Tied up here in the 6th.
Haas picking up her first WPBL hit.
Gabby Haas standing on first base.
There she goes, right up the middle. Dinks it in. Bryant crossing the plate.
And Bryant fired up after she cleared the bases herself right before that. Kim, of course, responsible per Bryant, who was on base. That run is attributed to her. Serena Robinson, the 1-0. Make it 1-1. Sack fly back in the 5th. Pickoff attempt at first. That's going to skip away. Close enough for Lawners to hang on to it and snag it up.
Like, chug away there, right? You deserve it. She did a lot of running out on the base pass. That's Denver Bryant. Smiles from her manager.
89 degrees here at Robin Roberts Stadium. So back-to-back crooked numbers for Boston. 2 in the 5th, 4 come across in the 6th so far. Robinson staying disciplined.
She's looking for her first WPBL hit. 7, 8, and 9, all looking for their first hits. They found them today, except for Robinson. She's got a chance right here.
She'll take the walk instead. They say a walk's as good as a hit when it comes to getting on base. And Haas will advance over to second. Back to the top of the order we go.
Blunt hitless also, looking for her first hit. She'll pass the baton to Blunt then.
Blunt has put the ball in play every single time to the left side. Flew out to left, lined out to short, popped up to short. Benitez keeps that pitch in front. First and second, still just the 1 out. Early here to Blunt. Most offensive production we have seen from Boston this season. Benitez, that'll skip off of her. She throws down to third, but it's offline. Tumbling into the bag was Haas. She'll stay put as Robinson advances to second.
That could have been a lot uglier, as the Hunters are demonstrating.
See Boston just loosening up a little bit over there in the dugout.
That's what we talked about earlier, right, Jenna? Is they just seem to be playing too tight, and they, you kind of feel that pressure when you're still looking for your first win, and just needed a leader, something to break open. And it's great to see Denver being so productive here in the 6th and really all game. I think Denver really tries to play loose. That's what she says. That's why you see her dancing. She tries to play loose. That's how she gets into the game. And really, hopefully the rest of the team will start feeding off of that, making the game fun.
Hitters count here for Blunt. She'll draw the walk. Back-to-back base on balls. Izumi has issued the walks. And now it's bases loaded once again for the Hunters.
And just like manager Keith Folk talked about, earlier, talked to AJ and just talking about how they're not playing, they're playing for the playoffs. They're just building every day. So that if they're building right now on this as they build all their runs up.
Izumi finds the zone right there to Edith DeLea. Also looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 3, a couple of lineouts. Grounded out over to first as well. Tie ball game, bases loaded, 1 out in the 6th. Big cut through that pitch. The 1-2. Over her head. Benitez able to stick with it. Two-two pitch. Blocked by Benitez. Rakyung Kim watches on. Payoff pitch. 3 straight walks, and she will walk a run in, and the lead goes to Boston. They're up 7-6 over New York.
Well, sometimes this is how baseball goes. Your pitcher seems to cruise through the lineup and then hits a wall. And that's what Kim did in the 5th. She struggled a little bit, then went back in the 6th and definitely just lost her gas there. And the Hunters just coming out on top. And look who's at the plate right now.
Boston is batted around. We're back to Pattison. She gets a piece of that pitch. She's 1 for 3 with a single today. We talked about how she might be a spark plug today. She had 2 of the 3 hits for Boston last time out, including a double.
Yeah, Molly, despite batting .667 coming into this game, had yet to drive in a run this season. Still not in today's game, but she has the opportunity right here.
3 possibilities on base. Another big swing. Boston starting the season 0-2, looking for that first win here in the WPBL. Patience from Pattison. Australia native. She's competed at women's nationals down under. She's got a full count. And the pressure in this moment really on New York.
Finally, the Hunters don't have that pressure, right?
Payoff. That's gonna miss. Back-to-back runs walked in. A 2-run lead now for the Hunters. It's 8-6. And a conversation with Rocky Henley on the mound.
So boy, have things changed when it looked like once again the Heights coming out strong. They have a strong lineup, got a strong start from Kim, and then the Hunters just chipped away, found their moment, and now have the 2-run advantage. They're looking for their first win of the season.
Second time that we have seen New York give up a lead late. They were in control most of the game for opening day against the Queens, but some tough weather and the defense didn't quite hold up. They dropped the game 10-8, fought back to get their first win 13-8 over San Francisco. And now Rocky Henley's crew trying to get these last couple outs so they can get back in there with the bats.
Looks like we'll have another pitcher coming in. Zeta Moyer's given the ball. She's stepping up to the rubber right now.
Another pitching change for New York. They trail by 2. Boston in control. It's the new era call to the bullpen, Alyssa Zettelmoyer. She got the start over at third base today. She moves to the mound now. It is her season debut with the ball in her hand on the hill. Marietta, California native. And Chamorro, who had went to second base when Izumi came in, she moves over to third. Izumi back over at second defensively. Really, at this point, New York just trying to get out of this. Trying to produce a ground ball you might be able to turn to, get out of the inning. Just keep it simple to stop the bleeding, because Boston has been drawing blood. Discipline at the plate. A ton of walks this inning. And the first pitch to Takara Heldenace is in for a strike.
Now, Zettelmoyer, she has a very strong arm. She just needs to be accurate. She plays third base. She's also a catcher.
Benitez keeps it in front. Heldenace 0 for 3. Struck out, grounded out, reached on an error. In the sixth, came around to score. That was just earlier this inning. She was the first to score this inning. 6 straight hunters have come across. Deep into the outfield. Heldenace off the wall. Taking advantage with runners on base, and another one comes across for Boston. A long single for Takara Heldenace. Bases still loaded with 1 out. She'll pass the bat to the captain, Ali Schroeder.
Heldenace hit that ball far, right off the wall. You figured a couple more runs could score, but they held up on their bases. Could have been much more damage.
Boston now with a 3-run lead, poised to do more damage, potentially. They batted around the order and then some. Second time Schroeder has been up in this inning. She walked and scored last time. Five walks issued by the New York pitching staff in this inning, and a hit batter. Fouls that down the left side. Season high 9 runs for the Hunters. On the verge of potentially going double digits for the first time. Fouls that pitch straight back.
I see that our commissioner for the WPBL, Justine Siegel, is in the Hunters dugout. I mentioned she likes to be in one of the dugouts during the game. I wonder what her record is. She said she has no preference, that she just tries to go to the dugout that isn't the, the least crowded is where she ends up. But I wonder what her record is, if she's always with the winning team or not.
Popped up in foul territory. Benitez throws the mask, hangs onto it. What a catch from the captain. We saw her do it in the box. Now we see her do it behind the dish. What a crucial out for the Heights.
It is very crucial, and Danae knows that because, you know, with the pitchers coming in and struggling the way they are, having to have Zettelmeyer in, she's like, I gotta get this. She did have difficulty with the same kind of pop-up in game 1. Today, much better conditions, and she said now she knows the field.
2 away, that's popped up by Kim. And the catch is made, but a lot of damage done. Boston takes the lead 9-6 over New York.
This week we're giving away WPBL team branded collectible scarves and Ayami Sato bobbleheads. Grab your tickets for your family and friends to be part of the next chapter. For tickets and the full schedule, head on over to WPBL.com. We'll see you back at the ballpark. We do have a second game on the schedule tonight. Get your tickets now for 6:30 p.m. start tonight. We've got big thanks to our official equipment provider partners. All-Star, Diamond Baseball, Stuff Plus, Papaso, Hyper Ice, Neighbor Sport, Coffee Radar. Thank you so much for your support of Women's Pro Baseball.
Bottom of the 6th here at Robin Roberts Stadium, and the Boston Hunters have come charging back from behind. They lead 9-6 over the New York Heights. And it's 9-1-2 due up for New York. A brutal inning just now. 7 runs coming across in the 6th for Boston. The Heights looking to respond here in the bottom half. Claire Eccles leading things off for New York. Takes a first pitch strike from the reliever, Micah Dumais. Came in for Padgham last inning. A quick 0-2 count. Eccles laves off. She's 0 for 1 today. Did have a sac fly RBI first time up in the 2nd. Two count. Flare into left. That'll fall. A well-placed single from Eccles, and New York has something started here. First hit of the day for Claire Eccles. She's on board and turns it over back to the top of the order. Elodie Chimero, as mentioned, in place of Jada Lee, who got the start as the DH in the leadoff spot. Came in defensively, saw her at 2nd, now see her at 3rd. She takes the first pitch strike. Attempt unsuccessful at first. A quick 0-2. Chimero, 19 years old, from Canada. Played for Team Quebec. Ducks out of the way of that one. Even count 2-2. Grounded up the middle. Comes up on short. They'll get the force at second base as Blunt sticks with it. So Chamorro will reach on the fielder's choice. And it's one away.
Now this is the part of the Heights batting order, the lineup here where things could get started. You have to, pitch them very carefully as Yotani coming in with a .750 batting average and a couple of hits already today.
Yotani takes a first pitch strike. 2 for 3. Double in the third, RBI single, scored in both innings. It was back in the fourth for that RBI. She fouls the second pitch off. Dumais jumping ahead.
And Benitez on deck. She's already hit 2 homers just today. Drove in 3 total.
0-2. Just misses. Big attempt at first. Robinson trying to figure out and act like you got past her. But Chamorro not fooled. Yotani coming back here in the count, even at 2-2 for the birthday girl. Works it all the way back to full. From 0-2 to ball 4. Yotani makes her way to first base. Chamorro advances to second. 2 on with 1 out for the home run hitter. Danae Benitez represents the tying run at the plate. First home run was solo. Second was a 2-run. Will she one up herself again? And if you're Dumais in this situation, Lisa, how do you approach Danae Benitez?
You do not give her anything close to the zone, right? She is just so hot right now.
And she's being aggressive.
I know, she's like, whew, okay. That one went out. Now she's got to come back, with something. Different location, different speed. She's not going to fool Danae right now.
Just off the plate, right around the zone. 2-1 count here to the captain.
Gave her something different to look at. She went back there, same spot, same pitch, trying to get Danae to, bite. Close enough that she might swing, but not a good enough pitch for her to really do some damage.
3-1 pitch, lifted into left, and it's caught. Held an ace, hanging on to it, and that is a big out for Boston.
Yeah, Dumais did exactly what she was hoping to do. That's the best outcome right there, besides a strikeout. Get that fly out, no runners running or anything. But now she's going to have to deal with Kylie Lawners, who is a big hitter in the lineup. This is the cleanup hitter.
Was hit by a pitch her last 2 times up. Struck out back in the first. Lawners with the first double in WPBL history on opening night. Takes a strike right there.
Inside, right at the belt. Not an easy pitch to hit. Got to really be able to jump out on that one. So inside.
Not a bad spot from Dumais.
A lot of hitters, though, that's right in their, you know, in their zone when it comes in like that. They just turn on it quickly.
Third overall draft pick. Represents Team USA and the national team, and she'll take a strike right there.
Yeah, Dumais wasn't getting that call when she was throwing it to Benitez there. Getting the call here against Lawners on that outside pitch.
We're going to take a second here.
And it looks like the umpire needs his own timeout right here. It's a hot day here. Everybody needs to stay hydrated, including the umpires. Oftentimes you'll see where they, you know, have water being brought to them in between innings. Here he is bringing Gatorade water, something, and almost, yeah. It's a hot day, like I said, very humid, sun shining right overhead. If it's not 90 degrees, it's near.
Supposed to get up to 90 today. We have a medical situation here on the field that we are going to address. We'll tend to the umpires, and we will take a break and be back in a bit. It's the bottom of the sixth. Boston leads New York 9-6 right now. We have a medical situation on the field. We are going to take another break, and we will be back in a bit. Back here in Robin Roberts Stadium, and home plate umpire Steve Berardino got some cheers from the crowd as he did start to sit up. It is a really warm day here in Springfield, Illinois. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. 9-6 Boston over New York. 2 on, 2 outs. And we will take another break before we come back. Back here at Robin Roberts Stadium, home plate umpire Steve Berardino able to get to his feet. He has been carted off the field to be tended to medically. Health and safety, the #1 priority here at the WPBL. We are going to have the Queen's assistant coach, Emma, come out to umpire at second base as the second base umpire comes back behind the plate. We'll take a break as we get situated.
like to get this game finished today, so we're waiting for a substitute umpire to come and join us with Robin Roberts. We sure appreciate your patience, and we appreciate those that came out of the stands to assist. Thank you for showing up for your community. That's what WPBL fans do.
We're back in Robin Roberts Stadium, and right now Boston leads New York 9-6 in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs, a couple of runners on. Kylie Lahner's in the middle of her at bat. As mentioned, we will have an umpiring change. Steve Berardino taken off to be tended to medically. So our base umpire will move back behind home plate. And then the assistant coach for the LA Queens, Emma Charlesworth-Sealer, who is a professional minor league umpire, will be umpiring the bases for us. So as we're getting the substitution ready, we will take another break and we'll come back soon. It's the Heights trailing the Hunters 9-6 here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 on, 2 out here at Robin Roberts Stadium. And we mentioned it before, but we do have an umpiring update. The base umpire will move back behind home plate. Assistant coach for the LA Queens, Emma Charlesworth-Sealer, who is a minor league umpire outside of her time with the WPBL will come in to umpire around the bases. She was actually one of the first women to umpire for a professional affiliate. And getting things going for the Hunters. A big 6th inning, and Denver Bryant went for extra bases. 7 runs coming across. She cleared them when they were loaded. That's today's Capelli Sport Play of the Game. Denver Bryant starting to get the bat going here. We've talked about her defense quite a bit, but she has had herself a day. 3 times up, 3 times registered to hit, 4 RBIs this afternoon.
It's interesting to see how each player, like as we see Denver right there, she just needs the rest. She's like, okay, this is the time that she just calms down, but still singing to the music. We saw Robinson, always makes the stretches, the long stretches at first base. Still, she was stretching out. And here we see some players signing a ball. I've seen somewhere in the minor leagues, they'll sign a ball like that. They'll write something on it, maybe play tic-tac-toe or something, and they'll roll it over to the other team, like during delays like this. Looks like she wrote a special message on that. I saw other players get their snacks out.
And as we're getting situated here in Robin Roberts Stadium, we'll take another quick break and be back in a bit.
Just a reminder, today is a doubleheader. We will clear the stadium after the first game. Second game, first pitch is 6:30. If you've got tickets, you'll come back then. Otherwise, purchase tickets now. It's going to be a great night tonight. Tonight, Ayami Sato bobbleheads for the first 250 people in attendance. Thank you so much for supporting the Women's Pro Baseball League. We appreciate your patience. Stay hydrated. Get in the shade, and we'll have this game getting underway as soon as possible.
Welcome back once again to Robin Roberts Stadium here in the Women's Pro Baseball League. New York got to a quick start and a lead early on in this one, but then Boston started charging back. 2 runs in the 5th, 7 runs in the 6th to make it 9-6 in favor of the Hunters. And it's deuces wild here in the bottom of the 6th right now. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 count for Kylie Lawners, the cleanup hitter for the Heights. It's the middle of her at bat right now, and AJ Andrews has more on her.
Thanks, Jenna. Yeah, what's interesting here in the WPBL is most women on the field started off playing baseball, but didn't have an opportunity to play that past Little League or past high school and went on to play softball. But for Kylie, she's played softball her entire life. we talked about a little earlier, she's an All-American out of the University of Washington, and then went on to play 3 years of professional softball in the National Pro Fast Pitch League. But once that league disbanded in 2020, or around that time, she was confused and wondering, well, is that it? Is that my time as a professional athlete done? And that is when she got in conversation and talked to some of her teammates that are currently now at Team USA, and they said, no, come try out for Team USA. Let's see what you can do, and the rest is history. She's been a Team USA member for quite some time and is now making history again as all these women here on the field with the WPBL. And she's up to bat to see what she can do for the Heights.
Thank you, AJ. New York trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Our new umpire has arrived. The LA Queens assistant coach, Emma Charlesworth-Sealer, who is a minor league umpire, is stepping in and stepping up. She will be on the base paths, and there's the commish, Justine Siegel, right next to her.
Emma and I met almost 10 years ago when she first started umpiring in the Gulf Coast League in Florida. And she isn't umpiring anymore, so she probably never thought that she would be out here today as more than just a coach. But she does coach, and she'll fill in anyway. She does coach young girls and finds a way to be in the game all the time. When she first started umpiring in the minor leagues, it was very, very difficult for women, and it was very, very difficult for umpires to move up and advance levels. And at that time, you had to hit every level of the minor leagues starting rookie ball. You could not advance and, you know, get to the major leagues by skipping any level, and you had to stay multiple years, multiple seasons at that level. But there was no guarantee, just because, like in for players, how you go, you know, A ball, double A, triple A, there was no guarantee for umpires to, you know, for that to happen, and to happen in a quicker way, like as far for players. So it was very, very difficult, and she was the only one at the time in our league.
And we are back to game action with her arrival. Lawners at the plate, 2-2. That pitch just misses from Micah Dumais, trying to stay loose during that break. Lawners 0 for 1 on the day, has been hit by a pitch twice. Gets a swinging strike 3, and the tag is placed. Boston gets out of it. They maintain the lead 9-6 over New York. Here in the top of the 7th inning, the clash of the East Coast teams here in the WPBL continues, and it's 9-6. Boston over New York at the moment. Alyssa Zettelmoyer still on the mound for the Heights. Out in left field defensively, Catherine Murphy makes her entrance into the ball game. And Denver Bryant going to lead things off. It's 7-8-9 for the Hunters. Bryant's had a day so far. 4 RBIs. Has reached all 3 times. Went for extra bases last time up. Patient early on in the count here for Bryant. (2-0). Big cut there. She wanted that pitch. Boston trying to add some insurance runs before they head to the bottom of the 7th. New York, the home team today. They will get one last chance up. That's a called strike.
The Hunters, you could see when we were in our 22-minute delay that they were staying loose and they were getting loose. And then, you know, smiling and dancing too later on when they knew the umpire was okay.
Chopped up the middle. Bryant with some wheels. The throw is in time at first base. First Hunter is retired here in the 7th.
And then right before they went on the field, manager Keith Folk got them together, put them, you know, all the group together, talked to them, and got their minds back in the ballgame. Because that's easy to do when you have a delay. You just kind of, you know, you don't have that momentum going for you anymore.
Gabby Haas takes the first pitch upstairs. Registered her first hit of the season with an RBI single back in the 6th. Part of that massive 7-run inning for Boston. She laces this one into left center. It's going to drop. Haas, back-to-back hits. And a 2-for-3 day for the number 8 hitter. Runner aboard over at first base with 1 away. Sabrina Robinson. Benitez keeps that in front. Robinson 0 for 1. Struck out in the 3rd. Sac fly in the 5th. Walked and scored in the 6th.
Robinson, she had a fun, I'd say, preseason as she went on the Kelly Clarkson's show. So she said that was a really exciting, fun experience. She couldn't believe, she said, that how Kelly Clarkson was actually shorter than her. She was like somebody that she thought she looked up to and thought she would be actually physically looking up to her. But she's like, oh, she's actually a little shorter. She got to get the word out, on network television and talk about the WPBL.
So much interest in this league, so much build-up, and we're finally here in the inaugural season. 2-0 to Robinson.
I heard Robinson talk about, too, that a lot of these girls, you'll hear that these women athletes, that they played when they were little, and then they stopped playing baseball. Where she said right from the beginning, she had a hard time and was refused to play baseball. Made it a little difficult for her because she said her and her brother are so close in age that she saw him playing and she was just as good as him. And she's like, what do you mean I can't play baseball? I can play baseball. She was good.
3-1 here. Just gets enough. But it's fouled.
She doesn't have any shin guards either, so just taking it as she hit it off her shin right there.
Now it's the payoff pitch. Thought about it, but she holds, and that'll be ball 4.
What a good eye by Robinson, because she was gearing back to hit it. And
Blunt with an opportunity here with runners aboard. New York capable of some big innings themselves, so Boston trying to add to the cushion. That's in there for a strike. Thank you once again for bearing with us with some technical difficulties we're having on this hot day here in Springfield, Illinois. Classic rivalry between New York and Boston. Hooked foul left side. Nice little scoop there.
I met Edith before the game. She speaks Spanish. I speak very little Spanish. And then a teammate of hers, that's a teammate of hers here on the Hunters, but also with Team Mexico, is deaf. And she signed. So we were all three trying to, talk and have interpretation from Spanish to English to sign language. That's Maria Jose Valenzuela. That she wears one hearing aid, but she's deaf in both ears, so she just gets a little hearing with that one hearing aid.
Blunt fouls that off, out of play.
Then I realized I only know finger sign language, and then I'm like, wait, that's English, though, that I'm doing the English words. I'm like, but at least Edith knew a little bit of English, and we figured it out, and I knew a little Spanish, and so we were able to communicate.
Payoff pitch to Blunt incoming. Out to center. Making the grab, runners scurry back to their bases. And a second out for Zettelmoyer and the Heights. Two on, two out, and now it is Edith D'Elia stepping up. 0 for 3, but walked with the bases loaded last time up to bring in a run. On the ground, foul right side. D'Elia's put the ball in play. Every time she's been up outside of that walk, a couple of lineouts and a ground out. In the dirt. Zettelmoyer now has surpassed 30 pitches that she's thrown in her relief appearance. An inning and a third of work so far. Softly to the right side. Second base to first, and it's handled. Well, this New York-Boston rivalry has had it all. Let's see what the Heights have in store for their final 3 outs.
Baseball fans, WPBL is back in action tonight for the second game of our doubleheader at 6:30. We also have a game tomorrow night at 6:30 as well. Make sure to head over to the link for baseballleague.tickets.com. Get your tickets for tonight at 6:30 or Sunday at 6:30. Tonight's game for 250 people. Yami Sato bobblehead.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Heights are down to their final 3 outs. They trail the Hunters 9-6. And it has been quite the day of baseball so far. Keith Folk hoping to lead his team to their first victory in the WPBL. And Micah Dumais remains on the mound for the Hunters, trying to close this thing out. She'll face 5, 6, 7 due up this inning. This is the first of 3 straight meetings between these two teams. Almost like a series for this rivalry we're starting off with. And Catherine Murphy fouls that pitch off. She came into left field defensively. Ibarra getting the start out there. Murphy now trying to protect with 2 strikes. Good take. Belmont, Massachusetts. Grounded, left side. Bryant scoops it up over to first, just in time. And the ground out, a key first out for Boston. Denver Bryant back at it again.
Boston can feel it. They're 2 outs away from their first win here this season. There's Rain. She started everything off on the mound for the Hunters. Now Dumais here to finish it off.
Alyssa Zettelmoyer trying to help herself out as she came in to relieve on the mound. 2 for 3 days so far. A single, a double, has scored a run. Takes a strike there for a 1-1 count. Saw her on the base paths earlier, and her face matched her eye black. Big smiles all around. She'd like to see that once again. A bit of a comeback here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 count now. Plunked in the back. That doesn't feel good. A sorely needed base runner for New York. And Zettelmoyer earned every bit of it. So runner aboard here for New York. They'll have 2 more outs to work with, and Kira Izumi steps in. First pitch strike from Dumais. Good response. 1 for 3 day for Izumi so far, the single back in the 2nd. For New York, the approach has just got to be chip away. Another good take there from Izumi. Makes it a 2-1 count. You need at least 3 to keep this game going. 1 at bat at a time, 1 pitch at a time. Inside corner. Two count. Just outside the zone. Boston fans wanted that.
Yeah, she's only 18 years of age. I feel like this team is very young compared to other teams. They don't have anyone that's over 29 years of age on the team.
That puts another one on for New York and brings up the tying run once again. Zettelmoyer hit by the pitch. Izumi draws the walk. And Madison Willen now steps up to the plate.
The rivalry is here. This is a crucial part of the game. And then, as you mentioned, Jenna, these 2 teams face each other tomorrow night. And again, their next game, they'll play 3 in a row. This is a tight one. This could set the tempo, of the series here.
Keith Folk knows what it's like to be in rivalries like this and be in some tight situations, lending some of his wisdom in this moment. And Willen digs in. She's 1 for 3 with a single. Dumais with a couple of Ks on the day. Has allowed 1 hit. Finds the zone right there.
What Dumais and the Hunters want to do is go after Willen right here. They want to take care of 8 and 9, and that's it. They do not want the Heights to get back up to the top of the order.
In the air to center. Camping under it to make the grab is Haas. And the final out for New York, as 2 are away here in the bottom of the 7th. Standing in the way of Boston and victory is Claire Eccles. 1 for 2, a sac fly and a single. Great spot from Dumais to kick things off. The 0-1. Popped up, foul territory. And that's going to go just out of play.
I know if she could reach it, Bryant would be all over it. That she would just, let's get it done right now. They can smell a victory.
1 strike away from it.
We checked, and the field-like temperature here on the field is 95 degrees. It's a hot one. Hunters are hoping to use that heat and win the ball game. They've been getting hot here today.
Bats have been heating up. The defense has remained solid. Pitching, trying to close it out. 1-2. Line to short and snagged. And that will do it. The New York-Boston rivalry begins with a Hunters victory, and it's their first in the WPBL. We saw it all this afternoon, and the Hunters had some tricks up their sleeve to come out on top for the 9-6 victory.
Make sure to come back for your soccer bonus. We do want to give a special thank you.
Both teams now have the same record, 1-2. We'll meet up tomorrow night. But look at those smiles. Not on Danae Benitez, though, right now. Even though, just like in, game 1 for her, even if you have a really good game personally, which she did, Danae had 2 home runs, drove in 3 runs, scored 2. It doesn't feel good unless you win. And that's what the Hunters did. They get to feel good tonight. They've got a whole day to rest now and get a new game plan for tomorrow.
These 2 teams will be back at it again for the next 2 straight on their schedules. And Boston, with the best performance we have seen from them so far this season. They're hugging it out, enjoying the moment. It was 9 runs on 6 hits for them. And they kept the Heights to just 6 runs on 9 hits. But the discipline at the plate, drawing walks in key moments, also key for Boston.
You know what
Keith
else?
Folk, gotta be happy.
The key was, Jenna, is that right from the beginning, they could have, kind of given up a little bit or whatever. The Heights jumped out on it, and instead the Hunters, they said, okay, well, we're down and we're going to find a way to win, and they did. They never gave up.
They never gave up, and neither did tonight's Dick's Sporting Goods Player of the Game. It's Denver Bryant. She made some moves defensively, but she did it in the box as well today. A couple of hits on the board, a few RBIs in her back pocket, scored a run herself, went for extra bases, and she brought the energy all day long for Boston. Yeah, some of those dance moves there on the base paths. She'll be dancing and celebrating this first win, and with her down on the field is AJ Andrews.
Thank you. I am here with the player of the game at Denver Bryant. Denver, what a day! We talked a little bit earlier in the batting cage, 2 for 4 day. You had that key double that you legged out to a triple. Bases loaded. You're down by 4. Walk me through that, AB.
I was just going out there to be selfless for my teammates. I just wanted to win the game, and we wanted to win as a team effort, so I just did whatever I needed to do for my pitchers.
Talk to me about wanting to win as a team. What are the conversations like in the clubhouse before you guys came out here looking for that first win of the season?
We just pretty much got together and said, hey, it's time to get together. We've been playing hard. We just couldn't piece it together, and today we finally did, and it looks great.
Denver, you have quickly become a fan favorite. Whether it is you dancing on the field, making those amazing plays, or you coming through at the plate. I told everybody we decided it was the Denver disposition. Explain to everyone what that means. Who is Denver as a player? What's the Denver disposition?
The Denver disposition is it's that Mamba mentality. It's the go get it, it's the grind, it's everything that you need to do to get that ball and get the job done. That's it.
That's the Denver disposition. Denver, Coach Foe got you guys all together after that win. You guys got together as well. What was he telling you in that circle?
Great team win. We finally put it together, we pieced it together, and he was just happy. He even shed a tear. He cried for everybody to know. He did. He just cried. But yeah, that's all he said.
You guys came out with a lot of new energy. Was it the rivalry weekend that really sparked it against New York? What was really giving that extra for the Hunters day to score 9?
I don't even think it was a rivalry. We were just tired of losing. We just came out and we was like, yeah, we got to get this win today. So I think we just came out and just was like, let's play free and have fun. And that's what we did today.
Play free, have fun. That's exactly what you do. Okay, well, this is game 1. There's multiple games to go in this rivalry week with the New York Heights. Tell all the Boston fans why the Hunters are going to come out on top this series.
Because we built like that.
The Hunters and Denver Bryant are built like that. Continue to watch. It's game 1. We have another game to come. Congratulations, Denver, being player of the game.
Thank you. Yeah, have a great night.
The Denver disposition showing off today as her and her team get their first win of the season. And what a classic East Coast clash that we saw. For AJ Andrews, Lisa Pride, and our entire crew, I'm Jenna Becerra. It's the Hunters 9 and the Heights 6 as a historic season for women's baseball continues. We have more coming up next, the second game of the doubleheader. So long for now from Springfield, but we'll see you back here momentarily.